She didn't join a cult, at least that's what she believed at the time. She thought she was joining a group of people searching for meaning, truth, and connection, a place where she would finally belong. She was young, in her early 20s, living in a new American city, far from her family, working a low-paying job, and quietly feeling like her life had no clear direction. When they first approached her, they were kind. They smiled. They listened. They asked questions no one else had asked her before. They told her she was special, that she had potential, that she was exactly where she was meant to be. At first, it felt harmless. They invited her to weekly meetings. There was food, laughter, and long conversations about life, pain, and purpose. They talked about healing, spirituality, and becoming the best version of yourself. There were no threats, no demands, no warnings, just acceptance. She started going more often. Weeks turned into months. The meetings became more frequent. The conversations became deeper. Slowly, the group began to feel more important than anything else in her life. That was when the rules started appearing. Very small at first. They suggested she spend less time with people who didn't understand the truth. They warned her that outside influences could be negative. They encouraged her to avoid certain movies, music, and news. Not because it was forbidden, but because it was harmful. She trusted them. They told her family didn't truly support her growth, that her old friends were holding her back. That doubt was a sign of weakness planted by the outside world. She didn't realize it yet, but isolation had begun. Over time, the leader became the center of everything. His words were treated as absolute truth. Questioning him wasn't encouraged. It was gently discouraged, then quietly punished. Her money slowly disappeared. Donations were expected. Sacrifices were praised. The more you gave, the more committed you were seen to be. Eventually, she moved into shared housing with other members. Privacy vanished. Sleep was limited. Work inside the group filled most of the day. Silence became common. Fear became normal. Leaving was never openly forbidden, but it was described as something far worse. They said people who left lost their souls, that they would fail in life, that terrible things would happen to them. Former members were spoken about like ghosts, never named, never seen, never discussed in detail. Sometimes she would see someone try to resist. They would ask too many questions, express doubt, show exhaustion. Those people didn't last long. They were publicly shamed, isolated, broken down emotionally, and then one day, gone. No goodbye. Fear kept her obedient. Years passed. She stopped recognizing the woman she once was. Her dreams felt distant. Her memories faded. Her identity became whatever the group told her she was. Inside the cult, time worked differently. Days blurred together. The outside world felt unreal. She forgot how to make decisions without permission. She forgot how to trust her own thoughts. And yet, deep inside, something never fully disappeared. A small voice, a quiet discomfort. She ignored it for years, until one moment changed everything. Nearly 20 years after she first joined, a new member arrived. Younger, curious, less afraid. One evening during a group session, that person asked a simple question. Why are we not allowed to leave if this is the truth? The room froze. The leader's face changed. For the first time, the mask slipped. He didn't answer calmly. He didn't explain. He exploded with anger, shouting about betrayal, weakness, and punishment. In that moment, she saw it clearly. This wasn't faith. This wasn't love. This was control. And she realized something terrifying. If she didn't leave now, she never would. The decision terrified her. Leaving meant losing everything she had left. Her home, her community, the only life she had known for 2 decades. She had no money, no phone, no contact with her family, but staying meant losing herself forever. One night she made her choice. She packed nothing, no suitcase, no note, no plan. While the others slept, she quietly walked out. Every sound felt dangerous. Every step felt forbidden. Her heart pounded as if alarms would go off at any second. But nothing happened. No one followed her. She kept walking. When the sun rose, she was free, but completely alone. Freedom didn't feel like relief at first. It felt like panic. She had no idea how to live in the real world anymore. She didn't know how to apply for a job, how to rent an apartment, how to make simple decisions without being told what to do. She had nightmares, flashbacks, guilt, fear. But slowly, piece by piece, she rebuilt her life. She reconnected with family who never stopped hoping she would return. She found support groups, therapy, people who understood cult psychology and trauma. Years later, she began telling her story publicly, not for attention, but as a warning. Because cults don't begin with chains or locked doors. They begin with kindness. They begin with people who are lonely, searching, and human. And sometimes the bravest thing a person can do is walk away from everything they know and choose freedom.